Knowledge of ourself is like a golden treasure. Shout out my elders working, trying to get together, making sure we do it better. Free us from this wider pressure. My people catching cases, double life he facing. Scattered all across the world, I see familiar faces. Say we all humans, why they treat us racist? Time to put these devils in their habitat.
We want it, right? But guess what though? Who do we have to go to get it?
The white man.
Exactly, right? So that's a curse that we would have to go to our enemies for everything, right? Go ahead.
And we want things that we can't have really too, man. So that's why we always try to strive for the designer. That's why we always try to strive for the newest apparel, this, that, and the third, you know? Right? Man, so we always want things that we can't really have.
Man, that's the devil, that's not Christ.
I just wanted to make that point though.
Already.
You see the horns? You see the horns?
Yes. Right. So, right, one of the curses is that we was going to have to serve our enemies for hunger and thirst and nakedness, right? And what was he going to do, right? Finish that.
And in want of all things.
All things, right?
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he hath destroyed thee.
So look, do you know what a yoke of iron is?
Something that'll hold you down. A chain.
I'm gonna show you, right? Well, I'm gonna get you a picture, right?
It's cold.
It definitely is. But you getting the words of the Lord, man, and that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Because we gotta wake our people up, because God has a specific assignment for His people.
It was meant for me to hear this.
Absolutely.
It was something like, you feel me, for me to stop and, oh yeah, I got a few movies, it's cold.
That's a yoke of iron. Remember we used to wear those in slavery?
Oh yeah.
So
I mean, what he got on is
what's around his neck? What's around his neck?
Yeah, when we used to wear that in slavery.
Exactly.
On there.
So God said they're gonna put a yoke of iron around our neck, and it just so happened they did that to us in slavery, right? So let me ask you something. Do you feel black people exhibit brotherly love on a big scale? Not just your homies, but just on a big scale as like being people?
No.
All right, give me 54. So look let's show you what the Bible says about that, right?
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate.
So it was a time when we was tender, and that doesn't mean we were soft. It just means that we had love for our people. You see what I mean? And it was on a nationwide scale to where all our people we consider brothers, and our women we consider sisters. We respected each other as men, and we respected our women as well. All right. But what's going to happen under these curses, right?
His eyes shall be evil towards his brother.
So it went from, hi, how you doing, brother, to who is this nigga? Right. Where this nigga from?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But what else, right?
His eyes shall be evil towards his brother and towards his wife of his bosom.
So it says our eye is going to be evil towards our wife. If you ever notice, that's why as Black, Hispanic, and Native American men, we treat our women so shitty. We're not good to our women as a whole. You know, some people are good men and they treat their women right, but as a whole, we're not good to our women.
Right.
You see what I mean? That's a curse, right? Keep going.
And towards the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
And it says the man is going to leave his child. Who has the biggest percentage of single parent households?
Black people.
That's not a coincidence. That's a curse from God. You see what I mean? Give me 28 and 49 and give me 28 and 68, right? I'm going to get straight to the points for you. Go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 49. The Lord shall bring the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flueth.
So look, he said he's going to send a nation from the other side of the earth to come get us, right? Did that not happen to us? And it says they was going to come as swift as the eagle flieth, right? So let me ask you a question. What nation's symbol is the eagle?
The nation's symbol is the eagle. The symbol is an eagle, is a bird, right?
Yeah, but what nations use that as their symbol?
Oh, that's symbol on the money, right?
Exactly. You got a $1 bill on you? You got a $1 bill on you?
Yeah.
Let me show you something. So look it, right? Look it, right? So if you look at this, on the back of the dollar, you got a pyramid, and then you got an eagle right there. Right. So that eagle represents America. What do you think that pyramid represents?
Let me see.
The Egyptians.
That's that Illuminati shit right there.
But it's a deeper meaning to it, right? Because on the back of a dollar, right, it's a pyramid and it's an eagle. The pyramid represents Egypt, and the eagle represents America, right? What does, I'm gonna get that back to you. What does,
I said Egypt,
yeah,
right?
but what does Egypt and America, what is the only thing Egypt and America have in common?
People.
They've had the children of Israel in slavery.
Oh yeah. Woo.
It's our first. It's
You
our
have,
first
they mock you on that dollar. They put your first captivity on the back of that dollar, and they put your last captivity on the back of your that dollar.
That's right.
Because they know who you are. We don't know who we are.
That's right.
They know we.
But guess, you wanna know something so crazy?
We fall for this.
For this
buy
BS.
this shit.
But I'm gonna give you something that's so crazy, right? They mock us on that dollar, but we willing to kill for it. We willing to kill for it.
Is that the lesson of the day?
So one more, all right? I got one more for you, right? Give me verse 68, right? Because this one is gonna hit home. All right, give me Exodus 20 and 2. Go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So you know what the Israelites was doing in ancient Egypt? They was in slavery. So God said, I'm gonna bring you guys again into Egypt with ships, right? And I'm gonna show you what Egypt represents, right? Give me Exodus 20 and 2.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 2, and it reads, I am the Lord thy God, which I brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
What do you think that word bondage means?
Out of the word of bondage.
Out of the house.
Out of the house of bondage.
Out of the house of bondage. I mean, the word bondage.
What does it mean?
Like jail.
Slavery. It means slavery. So now, you know the children of Israel, they were in slavery in Egypt. That was their first captivity. That's where you get Moses' story from. You familiar with Moses' story, the Exodus?
Yeah.
Let my people go? That's talking about Egypt. All right? So the house of bondage represents slavery, right? So let's replace that word Egypt with slavery, right? Replace that word Egypt with slavery and read it.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Replace it with slavery.
And the Lord shall bring thee into slavery again with ships.
So, if you understand how the geographical location of Northeast Africa works, right? You don't have to use a boat to get from Israel to Egypt. Our ancestors used to walk. So, if you don't need a boat to get from Israel to Egypt, that means this Egypt he's sending us to, you're going to need a boat to get there, right? Who are the only people that went into slavery on ships?
White people.
Who went into slavery on ships?
Went.
Yeah, who got taken as slaves on ships?
The black people.
So, finish reading that too. Hold that point, right? Finish reading that.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
So have we seen our homeland since we went on them ships? Absolutely not, right? Read.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
And that word buy in Hebrew means to redeem, right? So it says, God said if his people, the Israelites, don't obey him, they're going to go into slavery on ships. They're not going to see their homeland no more. And when they get to this land that they're in slavery in, they're going to be sold into their enemies. Were black people not sold when we came here on ships? And has anybody redeemed us since we got here? So if he said that was going to happen to the Israelites, and that specifically happened to us, what does that make us? No, what does that make us ethnic-wise? Because God said this was going to happen to the Israelites, and this happened to our ancestors, so what does that make us? So God said this is the people he said this was going to happen to is the Israelites, and this happened to our ancestors. So that means, who does that make us if this happened to our ancestors? And God said this was going to happen to the Israelites.
The Israelites. What was that? The slaves?
They were the slaves, but their ethnicity is Israel, descendants of Israel. So we're known as the Israelites, right? Our ancestors went into slavery on ships, right? And God said that was going to happen to the Israelites. And since that happened to our ancestors, that makes us who?
Slave.
No, that makes us ethnic-wise. Slave is not an ethnicity. So what was the nation of people that God said this was going to happen to? The Israelites, right? And it happened to our ancestors, and we descend from them. So that makes us who?
The Israelites.
There you go, my brother. That's our God-given nationality.
So break it down again. What's the Israelites?
The Israelites, right, are the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in that order, right? Shalom, King. So Though we're the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in that order. God made a covenant with our forefathers and then made a covenant with us to be his people. And we were supposed to be on top of the entire earth, but we failed because we didn't keep his commandments. Right. Okay? Now that's why we're here in America. That's why we went into slavery on ships. That's why the white man is above us. That's why we're the last ones hired, we're the first ones fired. That's why we got to sell drugs in our community to get by, which means we got to destroy another black family for our family to eat. All these curses we have to go through because we didn't listen to God. God said these things were going to happen to the Israelites. And we descended from the people who went into those slavery on ships, and we doing the atrocities now according to these curses. That means that we the Israelites. That's our God-given nationality. He didn't call us black. He didn't call us African American. He didn't call us nigger or Negro. He called us the children of Israel. And as a child of Israel, as you being one of God's chosen people, your responsibility is to keep the commandments, right? Give me Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Come on, go ahead.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
So this is the conclusion of the whole matter. When it all comes down to it, this is what you need to do as an Israelite, right?
Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of men.
That's the whole duty of man, is to fear God and keep the commandments. Okay?
God fear man and keep the commandments.
Now, do you know some commandments?
Yeah.
Give me some.
Thou shalt not kill.
Thou shalt not kill. Okay, give me 3.
Man.
How you doing, sister? It's all good. It's all good. We don't bite. You can come on.
Let me see. I'm good. And you? That's good.
So you gave me 1, right? Give me 2 more commandments.
Okay. But thou shalt not go against their people.
Absolutely. But your people are who?
All right, bro, I gotta go.
I feel you. So look it. Keep the commandments of God, right? And you're gonna be able to prosper, right? I can tell you a good brother, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we gotta serve God according to knowledge. And God said we gotta keep his commandments. All right? You see the flyer on there?
Yeah.
Our YouTube's on there, email info and all that. Let me know, tap in. All right, man, you have a good one. All praises to the Most High, man. Shalom.
Knowledge of ourself is like a golden treasure. Shout out my elders working, trying to get together, making sure we do it better. Free us from this white oppressor. My people catching cases, double life he facing. Scattered all across the world, I see familiar faces. Say we all humans, why they treat us racist? Time to put these devils in their habitation. Free my